Hello again. So now I'm going to take you through the fatbastard, which is the new 12-channel valve summing mixer from Thermominic Culture. This is changed from the one we showed at the last AS show in America, in New York, where we showed it as an 8-channel version. We had some direct feedback from the show that 8 channels wasn't enough and people wanted some more. So Vic went back to the drawing board and he's come up with this. So, as I say, it's now 12 channels. And it's arranged as follows. We have 4 stereo inputs across the top. These are all passive, unbalanced inputs, by the way. So 4 stereo inputs on the top, all with their own on-off, toggle mute switch. Directly underneath that, we have 4 mono inputs with their own pan controls. Again, you've got a mute switch here. That gives you your 12 inputs. Then on the stereo bus, we have some processing available. We've got an EQ section here. Now we had an EQ on the original 8-channel one. It's very simple but very effective, very musical bass and treble, which was 50 Hz and 10 kHz. And it went down very well at the show, at the AS New York show. So we've retained that, but we've made some refinements to it. So this is a dedicated bass lift control with its own on-off switch. Dedicated high frequency control, again with its own bypass switch. Then you have a bass cut, 6-position bass cut, 6-position top cut. Unfortunately, I don't know all the details at this stage because Vic finished this literally hours before the show. So
I can accept it.
Okay. Then we have a stereo width control, stereo analog width control, which works beautifully. I heard this on another prototype the week before the show. Very effective on a rock track. The guitars, found their own space, but the sensor image still remained very strong and solid. No mono compatibility, phase issues. Great, works really well. So you have the controls. You have a stereo width, mono here, full, stereo depth, and depth bandwidth, or what frequency cut off the stereo width control that will take place. And it's a little reminiscent to some of the early vinyl cutting lathe EQs. I think they had some similar sort of controls, so anyone familiar with that will get an idea. And you have a bypass switch.
Okay.
And then you have an attitude control. This is all on the stereo bus, just to remind you. An attitude control, not as severe as the Rooster. Obviously this is on a stereo bus, so it's a little watered down in comparison to the Rooster or to a Culture Vulture. But nonetheless, you can still dial in some attitude, some nice harmonic distortion if you wish to do that. Then the plan is, obviously 12 inputs still won't be enough for some people, so the plan is we're going to come out with another product after this called the Little Bastard, which will be a very simple 16-channel expander, which you can probably use in its standalone product in its own right, but the plan is you can add it onto this, and it will be 2 simple inputs on the back of the fatbastard. These 2 switches here, aux 1, aux 2, you flip those and it will route the 16 channels of the Little Bastard directly to the main stereo fader here and sum it along with the other 12 input channels.
So it's a summing option, principle.
It's an expansion summing option.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And it lives up to its name. It's one fat bastard.
How much does the fatbastard cost?
We think, not sure exactly, but we think it's going to be about £3,500. So, exchange rate right now, that's going to be almost $7,000.
Okay.
But it might vary a bit, don't hold me to that, but around that kind of thing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.